The first thing most people see when they enter a tide pool is a sea star. Sea stars come in many species, sizes, and color variations. The common sea star is the most prevalently found sea star on the Oregon coast. Leather stars have a smooth, leathery texture and can come in a variety of colors. Although most sea stars have 5 arms, many species have more, such as the sun star, which can grow and have up to 40 arms. Sea stars are carnivores. They eat clams, oysters, coral, fish, and other animals. They push their stomach out through their mouth, located on the underside of the sea star, and digest their prey. Sea stars have the ability to regenerate arms if they get cut off. The green anemone closes up to stay hydrated and protect itself while the tide is out. They open up once the tide comes back in and protects them from land predators. They use their tentacles to capture food ranging from small fish to plankton. Aggregate anemones are just like the green anemone in appearance, but much smaller. They live in groups in the middle intertidal zone and cover rocky surfaces. Like the green anemone, they close into themselves when the tide is out, and open up once the water again covers them. Shore crabs can often be found hiding in crevices formed by the sand and rocks. They stay hidden to protect themselves from birds and other predators that may attack them. Small hermit crabs can often be found wandering around in the shallow pools left behind when the tide goes out. Chitons cling to rocks using their foot, a wide muscular organ on their underside. They are made up of 8 shells that are held together by a leathery skin. They eat algae, seaweed, dead animals, small worms, and crustaceans. Like chitons, sea snails cling to the rocks and move around using their foot. They feed mostly on algae and make homes out of a variety of different shells. Like the aggregate anemones, black turban snails often congregate in large groups covering rocks. Also found covering rocks are barnacles. Unlike the other creatures, they glue themselves to the rocks and wait for food to wash by them. When the tide is out, they suck into their shells for protection, but once the tide comes back in, they reach out with their feathery legs and strain plankton and absorb oxygen from the water. The tidepool sculpin is found in the waters of the intertidal zone. They feed on isopods, amphipods, shrimp, and worms. They often become food for larger fish. Bristle worms can be found if you look hard enough in crevices and sediment. They are a food source for a variety of animals, including birds and fish. There are many more creatures that can be found in Oregon tide pools. Find out when low tide is and go explore a tide pool near you.